Warning, this silent habit is draining 40% of your IQ. You're not tired because you're weak, you're tired because your day is packed with tiny choices that drain your brain, one ping at a time. Most people try more coffee and more willpower, but that just adds more in-the-moment decisions. The top performers delete decisions. That's the unlock. Today I'll show you a zero-choice system to cut decision fatigue, lower cognitive load, and give you back clean focus. We'll connect it to the real biology, your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, the neuro-metabolic cost of control, and why microfriction quietly crushes working memory. Stick around, because there's a secret step that makes this 10 times easier, and a mistake that ruins everything if you miss it. Quick win you can use today. Set 3 default decisions: morning, meals, meetings. Morning, same wake time, same first move. Meals, pre-pick weekday breakfast and lunch. Meetings, no agenda, decline, default to 25 minutes. That alone deletes 10 to 20 live choices before noon. Your decision load index, think total choice friction drops, recall gets snappier, and the "what was I doing?" loops fade. To lock it in, use this autonomy line from self-determination theory. I choose to do this because, and name your why. Your brain reads agency as safety, which lowers background stress so your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex can hold the plan. Try it once today. You'll feel the difference by 2 p.m. Next, I'll explain why lunch feels like your IQ got clipped. Why you feel dumber by lunch, decision debt explained. If you've ever sat down at 9, blinked, and it's 1 p.m. with nothing real shipped, that's decision debt. It isn't laziness. It's unclosed loops, constant "what now?" forks, and micro-friction quietly jamming your working memory until the smart part of your brain starts dropping the ball. Here's what's going on under the hood. Your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, let's call it the DLPFC, handles goal holding, next step planning, and impulse control. Powerful but pricey. Cognitive control carries a neuro-metabolic cost. Every choice spends fuel. A few big calls, fine. But 50 tiny forks before coffee finishes, that's like juggling while sprinting uphill. The DLPFC sags, and your output gets sloppy even though you've worked all morning. Most people think only big decisions burn the tank. The thing most people miss is that micro-decisions hammer you harder because they're constant and in the moment. Think of a decision load index. Number of choices multiplied by their friction, weighted by timing. Live choices cost more because you're holding context, weighing options, and acting at once. Pre-made defaults compress that whole stack into one move. Follow the rule. Let me make it real. 8:57, calendar ping, open or ignore. 9:02, Slack blip, read or wait. 19 new emails, triage now or later. 7 tabs, deck, doc, old version, font pick. Where do you even start? It feels like work, but it's a choice gauntlet every 90 seconds. That's digital sludge. Design patterns that multiply options with no natural endpoint. Pull to refresh is a slot machine handle for your attention, and the toll is tiny but constant. Your biology treats uncertainty like a problem to solve, so you get low-grade vigilance. A little cortisol to scan, a little dopamine for novelty, a focus burst to switch, then another check just in case. That seesaw keeps your DLPFC guarding instead of doing. Microlapses show up, rereading the same email, forgetting why you opened a tab, bouncing between tasks. That's interest on decision debt. Here's a simple mental model. Picture 5 working memory slots. Each unresolved fork parks in a slot. Reply now or later, 1 slot. Which tab, another. Start deck or outline, parked. After 6 or 7, no slots remain for actual production. So your brain shuffles tasks trying to free space, but every shuffle adds another decision. The debt compounds. You'll spot it fast with these symptoms. Sticky mind, rereading lines that won't land. Short fuse, tiny pings feel huge because your buffer is gone. Afternoon doom scroll, your brain hunts cheap dopamine after control taps out. Task hopping, 5 starts, 0 finishes. Micro-procrastination, stalling on tiny choices because the tax is already paid. Now here's where we fix the frame. We usually push harder, more lists, more tabs, more coffee, but more force equals more live choices, which pull from the same fuel source you're already draining. You've strapped a heavier pack to a tired hiker. That's why power through fails. The better move is defaults. 70% good, decided ahead, beats a perfect answer, live at 9 a.m. because the big win isn't correctness, it's removing forks. If you remember nothing else, remember that. Quick story, a client had 12 rotating optimized morning routines. Every day started with a choose-your-own adventure. We killed 11, kept one. Wake same time, water and light, one-page plan, start first block on one project. Same moves daily, 3 days later, I feel smarter. Not smarter, unburdened. Fewer live forks, more clean slots. Before we continue, the safety piece matters. When work feels like a surprise pop quiz, shifting targets, fuzzy norms, your nervous system flags threat. Even sitting still, that uncertainty drains fuel. Flip it with one line, I choose to do this because. That's an autonomy cue from self-determination theory. Agency turns the alarm down so your control system can breathe. Let's tie this to competence too. When a task feels vague, your brain adds deliberation to stay safe. More checks, more hesitations, more branches, shrink the skill. 3 core moves, 1 beat each. For writing, 3 bullet outline first. For deciding, 2 options, 1 risk each pick. For presenting, open with a 1-sentence why. Constraints amplify competence because they delete setup choices. And honestly, timing is everything. In the moment, choices cost more than pre-made ones, so move decisions out of the heat. Policies delete questions. Protocols steer moments. Playbooks run moves. You'll watch your decision load index drop within a day because you're not carrying the world in working memory anymore. Here's the checkpoint. If your head feels foggy by lunch, it's not that you can't focus, it's that you're paying hidden taxes on endless tiny decisions. Defaults refund that tax. In a minute, I'll give you the exact zero-choice build, policies, protocols, and playbooks, so your brain finally gets to do the work, not referee it. The 3 levers: autonomy, competence, safety as cognitive fuel. So here's the engine under everything we've talked about: autonomy, competence, and safety. These 3 needs from self-determination theory are basically fuel valves for your working memory. When they're met, your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex stops guarding and starts steering. When they're poked, control goes costly, neuro-metabolic spends spikes, microlapses pop up, and your decision load index climbs even if the to-do list looks light. Let's start with autonomy. Language is the lever most people miss. I have to, I should. They need this now sounds small, but your brain hears no choice, flags threat, and keeps scanning. That scan is expensive. Swap it to I choose to because, and name a reason that's yours. I choose to ship this draft by 11 because clarity beats perfection later. That one line flips controlled motivation to autonomous. The reason this works is simple. Agency reduces uncertainty. Less uncertainty, less background vigilance, more bandwidth for goal maintenance in the DLPFC. Make autonomy practical with 3 moves. 1. Visible-wise, put your why in the doc title, not buried in a journal. 2. Pre-commit the next 2 moves card before you sleep so morning you executes instead of negotiates. 3. Refusal rules that still feel like choice, agenda or I decline. Office hours for chat, urgent, urgent only. You're not being harsh, you're removing live forks. And now the open loop. There's a script I'll give you in a second that makes this 10x easier when people push back. Competence next. Vague work multiplies branches. Every wait, how do I do this? Parks a working memory slot and adds another micro decision. You can feel your decision load index go up in real time. The fix is what I call 3-move skill maps. Define the 3 moves that create most of your value and 1 beat for each. Writer, research, draft, ship. Beats, pull 3 sources and highlight, outline 3 bullets, ship ugly pass with a recap line. PM, clarify, decide, communicate. Beats, 1-page brief, 2 options with 1 risk each, 2-sentence update. Engineer, scope, implement, verify. Beats, write acceptance criteria, spike 1 path, run test, and log result. Shrinking skill to beats deletes setup friction and makes good enough objective, not a vibe. Now constraints. People think constraints are handcuffs. They're actually competence amplifiers because they delete startup choices. 1 doc app, 1 task board, 1 slide template, 1 naming rule, date project V1, 1 review rule, 1 reviewer pre-assigned. Constraints narrow the lane so speed can show up without willpower. The shortcut nobody teaches. Pre-bake assets into your templates, title, 3-bullet outline, recap line, and common links at the top. Open doc, you're already halfway there. Your brain spends fuel on content, not scaffolding. Safety is the quiet game changer. Uncertainty is expensive biology. When norms shift and timelines slide, your nervous system runs a low-grade alarm, cortisol up, novelty cravings up, control resources down. So we install predictable starts, clear endings, stable norms. Predictable starts, same 3 cues every session, breath, light, water, plus single input. Clear endings, timer hard stop, one-line recap, and plant the trigger for next time. Stable norms, write the rules down. 2-sentence replies are fine. Default meeting length is 25 minutes. No agenda, no attendance. You'll feel the ground solidify because the hidden quizzes are gone. Team safety, codify it. Publish office hours. Define urgent with a literal tag. Set service levels, non-urgent replies within 24 hours. Create a single recap doc where decisions live with owners and dates. When people don't have to mind read, they stop tone policing every message and get back to shipping. Micro decisions vanish. Now here, where these levers compound. Autonomy scripts increase safety because you own the rules, and that predictability boosts competence because you're practicing in a steady lane. As competence rises, autonomy grows because you trust yourself. Pull one lever cleanly and the other 2 lift. Common mistakes to dodge. Don't try to max all 3 levers in 1 week, novelty tax will crush you. Pick the thinnest wedge and push. Don't write fuzzy policies like be responsive, translate vibes into numbers. Don't use the agency line as a lie. If the why isn't real, your nervous system will call BS and keep scanning. So here's the mini playbook you can run today. Autonomy, say the line out loud. I choose to finish the outline by 11 because clarity saves afternoon stress. Competence, use 1 constraint, 1 template, 3 bullets first. Safety, cap your block at 25, recap 1 line, plant the next trigger. If you remember nothing else, remember this trio. Agency sentence, 1 beat, 1 in cap. That combo drops your decision load index fast. Your head gets quiet, and your DLPFC finally gets to do its job. Hidden sources of decision, debt you don't notice. Let's hunt the drains you miss because they masquerade as normal. Choice architecture traps come first. Infinite feeds, bottomless inboxes, autoplay, recommended next. These are digital sludge by design. No natural endpoint means every swipe asks, again or stop. Pull to refresh is basically a slot machine for your attention, and each pull spends a tiny neuro-metabolic toll. 1 isn't bad. Hundreds by lunch? Your decision load index spikes even if you only scrolled a bit. Social micro-decisions are next. You think you're just being thoughtful, but your brain is running a real-time risk calculus on tone, status, and phrasing. Emoji or no emoji? Add no rush? Say quick thought or tiny ask? 10 of those in an hour and your working memory buffer is toast. It's not the message, it's the branching. Now the self-setup tax. Tool sprawl and clutter turn starts into quizzes. 5 pens, 2 are dead, 7 notebooks, none labeled. Files called Final V7. Each glance asks, which one? That's not mess, that's decision friction. Clean lanes delete branches. Boring bins, 1 naming rule, 1 tool per task type. These aren't aesthetics, they're fuel-saving devices. Policy ambiguity is a stealth killer. When good enough is fuzzy, your brain rehearses drafts in your head, tone polices emails, and predicts imaginary reviews. That uncertainty is expensive biology. More scanning, more cortisol, more novelty cravings. Write the rule and the scanning drops. 2 sentences are fine. First pass ships by 11 ugly but complete. Risk noted beats risk hidden. Watch how fast your buffer returns. Food and sleep micro-taxes matter more than you think. Grazing means dozens of snack now? Checks. Sleep drift triggers nightly, 1 more episode? Debates. Random caffeine becomes top up or stop? Bargaining all day. You're not failing discipline, you're burning fuel on forks. Defaults fix it. Preset breakfast and lunch. Fixed caffeine window. Lights out and wake up at the same time every day. Delete the questions and the urge quiets. Here's the game changer. It's not just too many apps, it's the hidden questions baked into flows you touch hourly. An undifferentiated inbox forces, what is this? On every email. A mixed priority task board forces, what matters now? Each glance. Killing apps helps, but killing questions is the move. Lanes, labels, and visible, next 2 moves erase the query before it spawns. So let's do a 5-moment sweep. Wake, start, switch, social, stop. Wake, what's the first question? If it's phone or light, delete it. Light and water first, phone lives outside the bedroom. Start, what's your first input? If it's inbox, you're importing other people's priorities. Default to single input, open the target doc. Switch tool roulette, pre-pick one template per task type. Social guilt pings, publish office hours, urgent uses the word urgent. Stop, am I done? Becomes a timer hard stop, a one-line recap, and a planted trigger for tomorrow. Two common mistakes here. 1, the perfection spree, new tools, new tags, 20 rules in one afternoon. That novelty tax nukes your DLI. Delete one repeating question per day. 2, vague vibes like be mindful or reduce distractions. Your brain can't run vibes. Write executable rules, no agenda, no attendance, 2-sentence replies, phone in drawer during deep work. Quick micro story. A team had respect people's time as a value, which sounded lovely and created a dozen hidden quizzes. We replaced it with 3 rules: agenda required, default 25 minutes, decision owner named. In 48 hours, total meeting time dropped about a fifth and the afternoon fog lifted. Same kindness, fewer forks. Now a spotting trick, count the times you hesitate. Each micropause is a question. Where's that link? Which doc? Reply now or batch? Tally 5. You found 5 deletions. Move the link into the template header. Pin the one doc. If reply 2 minutes do now, else batch at 11:30. You're not chasing discipline, you're narrowing the lane. Run this tonight. Write a tiny friction map with those 5 moments. Under each, write the question your brain actually asks. Then write 1 default sentence per line. Tomorrow, implement just 1, ideally the one you hit daily. Track how much head noise drops by 2 p.m. on a 1 to 10 scale. Proof beats intention. If you remember nothing else, remember. Don't uninstall the internet, uninstall the questions. 1 repeating deletion per day compounds into a head that feels quiet by lunch. The zero-choice framework, build once, spend daily. Here's the move that makes everything lighter. Make the hard choices once up front so you don't make them live. That's zero choice. We front-load decisions into 3 layers, policies, protocols, and playbooks, so your day has almost no forks. Your decision load index drops, your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex stops juggling, and you finally spend fuel on content, not control. Policies first. These are your always or never lane markers that delete questions entirely. No agenda, no attendance. Inbox second, never first. 25 minutes is the default for meetings. Phone lives outside the room during deep work. Same weekday breakfast and lunch. 3 options max on any menu. These aren't about being strict, they're about removing live decisions. Your brain doesn't ask, should I? It follows the sign you already posted. The reason this works is biological. Removing uncertainty lowers the neuro-metabolic cost control. Fewer checks, fewer microlapses, more working memory slots available for actual thinking. Now protocols. Protocols are your if-then steering rules for messy moments. If inbox is open, then triage top to bottom into now, batch, or archive with a 13-minute timer, no rereads. If Slack pings outside office hours, then it waits unless it includes the word urgent. If a task looks bigger than 45 minutes, then write your next 2 moves, start a timer, and use the 1-tab rule. If you need a link, then open, grab, close, no grazing. Protocols compress chaos into scripts so you don't invent a response under load. Live forks turn into one-click moves. Playbooks are next, short, visible checklists for repeat work. A writing playbook could be title doc with verb and why, outline 3 bullets, ugly first pass, polish, ship, recap 1 line. A meeting playbook, state objective, 3 bullets max, name decision owner, time cap, recap with owners and dates. A decision playbook, list 2 options, 1 risk each, pick, note next step. Keep these in plain sight, top of the doc, pin note, or a printed card on your desk. Hidden playbooks don't help. Visible ones delete choices. Let me stitch this across a normal day so you feel it. Morning hits. Policy, light and water before any screen. Protocol, single input start, open the target doc you pinned last night. Playbook, outline 3 bullets, start an ugly first pass. Mid-morning, a ping lands. Protocol, outside office hours, it waits. Inside, 2-sentence reply answer the next step or timing. Lunchtime. Policy, weekday preset lunch, no DoorDash spiral. Afternoon, you need to switch tasks. Protocol, 4-beat micro reset, enter with breath, lock with 1 tab, protect with decoy pad, release with recap. Closing time, you feel the tug to just check the inbox. Policy, batch windows only. Instead, you plant tomorrow's next 2 moves and stop on purpose. Zero choice just ran your entire day like lane assist. Worried this makes life rigid? Defaults are ladders, not cages. You can override any default for a clear reason, you just don't have to renegotiate basics while tired. 70% good, decided ahead, beats 100% perfect live at noon. The freedom you actually want is clean headroom, not a buffet of maybes. Here are a few high-leverage installs you can do in 30 minutes. 1 tab rule for deep work. Policy, 1 active tab only. Protocol, if a new link is needed, open, grab, close. Playbook, paste critical links into the doc header before you start. This starves tab grazing and protects working memory. Inbox lanes. Policy, inbox second. Protocol, 13-minute top to bottom pass into now, batch, archive. Playbook, default 2-sentence reply template at the top of your notes. You'll cut redecisions and end the scan again habit. Meeting trim. Policy, no agenda, no attendance, default 25 minutes, decision owner named. Protocol, start on the minute, read objective, confirm owner, stop at minute 20 for recap. Playbook, paste a mini template into every invite. Meetings stop being fog machines. Menu presets. Policy, 3 go-to orders, stop reading after match. Protocol, if invited to pick the place, reply with 3 specific options. Playbook, a tiny note in your phone with your defaults. You skip taste calculus at your lowest energy hour. Common mistakes that break zero choice. 1. Fuzzy rules like avoid distractions. Write executable lines, phone in drawer during deep block, 2-sentence replies by default. 2. Building 20 rules at once. Novelty tax will spike your decision load index. Pick 3. Morning messages meetings. 3. Hiding playbooks in folders. Put them where your eyes land. 4. Confusing tools with rules. A new app won't save you if the questions stay. Kill the questions first. Micro story. A founder swore they needed 50 tabs. We ran 1 tab plus pre-pasted links for 45 minutes. Day 3. It's finally quiet in my head. Output up, stress down, same hours. Nothing mystical, just fewer live forks. If you only do one thing today, pick your worst hotspot, lunch, inbox, or meetings. Write 1 policy, 1 protocol, 1 playbook. Test it once. Your head will feel different in under an hour because you moved decisions upstream. Minimum viable
Build
momentum.
once, spend
7-minute resets that stick. When your head feels jammed, you don't need motivation. You need a tiny, boring system that lowers load and moves your hands. Minimum viable momentum does that in 7 minutes flat by shrinking choices, sending safety cues, and giving your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex a clean lane. It's 3 parts, 2 moves, 3 body signals, 1 surface clear, then a short sprint to cash the win. Start with the 2 moves card. Grab a sticky note and write 2 verb-first actions under 10 words each, like outline 3 points and draft intro paragraph. 2, not 5. Here's why that matters. 2 items keep you inside working memory without tipping back into planning. It deletes branches like, where do I start? And what about this other thing? Your decision load index drops because you've removed the live forks and collapsed the plan into steps your brain can hold. Layer in body safety signals, breath, light, water. Do 5 nasal breaths in for 4, out for 6. Get 2 minutes of bright light in your eyes, window, or lamp. Drink a full glass of water. These are simple, fast cues your nervous system reads as we're safe. Safety reduces background vigilance, which lowers the neuro-metabolic cost of control so your DLPFC can steer instead of scan. Don't turn this into a wellness labyrinth. 3 moves under 3 minutes done. Now clear 1 surface. Not the whole desk, not the whole drive, just 1 lane. Sweep your physical desk quadrant into a single stack or dump your screen clutter into a later box folder. Clutter is a menu. Every visible object asks, touch me? Each question parks a slot in working memory. 1 surface clear strips those questions and buys instant calm. Remember, we're deleting questions, not redecorating. Stitch it together into the 7-minute reset. Minute 1, breath. Minute 2, light and water. Minute 3, write 2 moves. Minutes 4 through 7, clear 1 surface while repeating your first move in your head. Then sit, set a 13-minute timer, open a single input, and start the first move right away. 13 minutes is on purpose. It's short enough that your brain says fine, but long enough to trigger a visible finish line. Progress is the reward. That's how we retrain dopamine toward completion instead of novelty. Let me show you how this saves an afternoon. It's 1:30, your eyes keep drifting to your phone. Say out loud, 7-minute reset. Stand, breathe, light and water. Write fixed slide titles and export PDF draft. Close every tab except the deck. Clear your desktop to a later box. Start the 13-minute timer and fix titles. When it dings, either keep going or write 2 more moves. You just swap novelty chasing for novelty and task, and you'll feel your urge to scroll drop a notch. Common mistakes to avoid. 1. Adding choices. No music search, no tea ceremony, no app hunt, that's novelty tax in disguise. Pre-decide once and run it the same way every time. 2. Vague moves like work on project. Your brain can't execute a vibe. Use verbs and bounds, list 3 subheads, write 150 words. 3. Cleaning the world. 1 surface only. Full cleanups are procrastination in fancy clothes. Pro tip, pre-commit the reset into your day so you don't wait for a slump. Run it at start, after lunch, and last hour. Predictability is a safety cue. Your system learns the pattern, which lowers background noise before it even spikes. It also keeps the DLPFC fresh for the block that matters most. A quick micro story. A PM I coach bled 40 minutes after lunch checking in. We installed the 7-minute reset plus a rule, no apps until the first move is complete. Day 1, they shipped a draft in 26 minutes that used to take an hour. Their line was, "My head finally got quiet." That's decision debt interest evaporating. If you want a scoreboard, track 3 numbers for a week. How fast you start after the reset, how many times you almost switched tasks, and how hard the sprint felt, 1 to 10. You'll see start time shrink by day 3, switch urges fall, and effort feel lighter because you're spending fuel on content, not control. So the formula, burned in, 2 moves, 3 signals, 1 surface, 13-minute cap. Tiny, boring, repeatable. Run it once today. When your timer beeps, you'll have proof in the dock and space in your head. That's minimum viable momentum. Less friction, more finish. The 4-beat loop. Enter, lock, protect, release. This is the part that turns focus from a mood into a repeatable sequence. 4 beats, always in this order. Enter, lock, protect, release. Nail these and you'll feel your brain get quiet because you're removing live forks every 30 seconds. Miss one and the session leaks. So let me show you exactly how to run it, why it works biologically, and what to do when it breaks. Enter means you cross a clear line into the task with 0 negotiation. 3 moves, a pre-commit cue, a scene change, and a single input. Pre-commit is planted earlier, like your next 2 moves card on the keyboard or a calendar alert that literally says enter, draft intro. Scene change is physical. Sit taller, slide the chair, put on headphones, hoodie, whatever tells your body new context. Single input is critical. Open the exact target dock, not the app home screen. No browse, no file pick, no what first? That deletes the first 3 questions your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex would otherwise have to hold. Less uncertainty equals lower neuro-metabolic cost right at the start. Lock is where you cut the escape hatches. Run a kill switch list in the same order every time so you don't think. Wi-Fi off if you don't need it. Phone docked across the room. 1 tab rule on. Notifications killed. Timer set, 25 or 45 minutes. Keep blocks short so your brain isn't bracing for a marathon. This isn't about discipline, it's about removing paths out. Live decisions are expensive. A fixed lock sequence turns them into 1 script your brain knows by heart, which drops microlapses and saves working memory slots for the content. Protect is the shield you put around the block because the world won't respect it by default. 2 pieces, interruption policy and a decoy pad. Interruption policy is just a visible script, status set to heads down until 10:45, a sticky on your monitor or a door sign. It makes you predictable instead of rude. The decoy pad catches stray thoughts before they hijack you. When email Sarah pops up, you don't switch tabs, you park it on the pad and keep typing. That 1 move stops the dopamine-seeking reflex from launching a tab spiral. You've told your brain the thought is safe, logged, and will be handled in release. Release is the part that most people skip, and it's why they dread starting tomorrow. Hard stop on the timer, don't bargain. 1-line recap in the doc, what moved and what's next. Plant the trigger for the next block, your next 2 moves card goes back on the keyboard. End on purpose, even if you're in flow. This closes the cognitive loop your brain would otherwise keep half open, which means less background scanning and better sleep. You teach your system that focus leads to a clean exit, not a grind to empty. Let me walk you through a clean 45. At 9:58, enter 2 slow breaths, chair slide, headphones on, open, client deck V2, Wi first. Lock Wi-Fi off, phone on charger across the room, 1 tab rule, 45 on the clock. Protect, status flips to focus, decoy pad on the left. Midway you remember a stat you need, pad it, don't tab it. At 10:43, you're tempted to keep going. Don't. Release, timer dings, you stop, right slides 3-5 drafted. Next, headline on 6, plant the card, then scan your decoy pad and schedule the tiny items. That's 1 loop. Your head stays clear because you didn't leak decisions across the floor. Now here's where most people mess it up. Fuzzy enter, you warm up by peeking at inbox, importing other people's priorities. Fix it with the single input rule. Soft lock, phone face down but buzzing, your brain still scans. Out of reach always, leaky protect, you let got a sec. Interruptions happen anytime. Publish office hours and a real escalation word like urgent. And skipping release to use the momentum, that trains your nervous system that focus equals burnout. End on time with a planted trigger, and you'll actually want to come back. If you like data, track 3 tiny metrics for a week. Start time drift, are you entering on the minute or late? Switch urges, tally every time your hand twitches to tab out, you should see it drop by day 3. Perceived effort, rate 1 to 10. It should feel lighter because you're spending fuel on content, not control. That's your decision load index falling in the real world. One more pro move, pair the 4-beat loop with the 7-minute reset when you feel jammed. Run the reset, then enter immediately. The body safety signals lower vigilance. The enter script moves you without debate, lock and protect hold the lane, and release makes tomorrow cheap. It stacks cleanly because each beat deletes a different kind of question. If you remember nothing else here, remember this rhythm. Enter fast, lock tight, protect the lane, release on purpose. Run it once today. You'll feel the difference in 10 minutes. The room gets quiet, your writing gets cleaner, and the urge to check things fades because there are no open doors to wander through. That's not motivation, that's design. Inbox, meetings, and menus, the big 3 decision traps. These 3 hit you every day and quietly spike your decision load index if you don't set lanes. Let's strip each one with simple defaults that free your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex to actually think instead of referee. Your inbox first. It's not your to-do list, it's a fire hose of other people's priorities. Open it raw and you import 20 forks in 60 seconds. Who is this? Reply now or later? Is this risky? Live choices pile up, working memory fills, microlapses kick in. So you need lanes and a timer. 3 lanes only, now batch archive, now means under 2 minutes or truly blocking today, do it and move. Batch is everything else, label it and handle it in set windows. Archive is 1 tap for noise, if you're wrong, search rescues you. This deletes rereading and the maybe later spiral. Pair it with a 2-sentence reply policy. First sentence answers the ask, second sentence sets the next step or timing. Yes, approved as is, I'll add it to the deck by 4. Short closes loops, long invites loops back. Protocol, if inbox is open, set a 13-minute timer and process top to bottom into those lanes, no skipping, no starring. When the timer dings, close it. Your DLPFC stops scanning because the rule's already decided. Common mistakes to avoid. 1. Checking just to keep up. That's novelty chasing plus decision tax. 2. Starting to think later, double tax. 3. Writing essays. Default to 2 sentences unless there's real risk. If you want proof, track total check time this week. With lanes and timers, most people drop to 2 short windows and nothing breaks. Meetings next. Meetings aren't evil, indecision inside meetings is. Without rules, the room multiplies branches, goals, owners, length, who speaks when, and your brain hemorrhages fuel. So set 3 defaults, agenda or decline, 25 minutes by default, named decision owner. No agenda, no attendance deletes the biggest fork. What are we doing? If someone sends a blank invite, reply with, happy to join once objectives and bullets are in, will accept then. That's not rude, it's a safety cue. 25 minutes puts healthy pressure on clarity and leaves buffer. Owner means a human is accountable for the call by the end. No owner, no decision, period. Run it with a 1-sheet playbook you paste into every invite. 1-line objective, 3 bullets max, owner named, time cap, and a recap line at the bottom with owners and dates. If you host, start on the minute, read the objective, confirm owner, move through bullets, stop at minute 20 to recap decisions and actions, end early if done. If you're a guest, ask for the objective in the first minute, push for an owner, and propose to end as soon as the outcome is reached. Kill status meetings, send a written update. Cap attendance to the decision circle, not the distribution list. Your decision load index falls because you removed the room's hidden quizzes. Watch for traps. Just in case, invites balloon the group installed decisions. Hour-long defaults invite ramble. Fuzzy vibes like respect time sound nice but create more choices. Replace vibes with visible rules. You'll feel the afternoon fog lift because your control system isn't fighting ambiguity. Now menus. Sound small, but by noon your control fuel is low and menus are branching machines. What sounds good? Spawns nutrition, cost, taste, delivery time, 10 live forks in 2 minutes. That's why lunch feels dumb hard. Delete the menu. Pre-pick weekday breakfast and lunch, 2 or 3 rotating options you like. Put ingredients at eye level so the default is 1 grab away. If you eat out, keep 3 go-to orders and stop reading when one matches, 3 options max. Same idea for clothes. Build a weekday capsule that all matches, set a rail on Sunday. You're not being boring, you're offloading low-value choices so your DLPFC can hold real work. Tie menus to physiology. Random caffeine means all-day bargaining, top up or stop, pick fixed windows like morning and early afternoon, then close the gate. Sleep drift triggers nightly debates. Set lights out and wake-up times, 7 days, alarm across the room. These are just defaults that remove the should I loop. Less uncertainty, lower neuro-metabolic spend, cleaner working memory. Let me stitch them together for one clean day. Start with inbox second, single input start on your target doc. Batch emails at 11:30 and 4 with a 13-minute timer into now batch archive and 2-sentence replies. Meetings run 25 minutes, agenda required, owner named, recap at minute 20. Lunch is preset, you don't even open a delivery app. Outfit was chosen Sunday. Caffeine is inside the window, sleep is fixed. By 2 p.m., your decision load index is low, microlapses are gone, and your head's quiet because the forks moved upstream. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Lanes for inbox, rules for meetings, presets for menus. Install those 3 and watch how fast your brain stops negotiating and starts shipping. Dopamine drain resets, stop the reward leak spiral. So here's the quiet leak that keeps your focus feeling flimsy. Those tiny novelty hits from micro-choices train craving, not completion. Every quick peek drips dopamine on anticipation, not finished lines. Your reward system learns to chase pings, while your control system, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, pays the neuro-metabolic bill to say no. That tug-of-war is why you feel busy but don't ship. We're not going off-grid. We're going to reset the loop so progress, not pings, feels rewarding. 3 moves: a stimulus light window, novelty and task swaps, and sensory anchors that refresh your state without screens. Run them together and you'll feel the urge to tab out drop a notch fast. First, the stimulus light window. Think 60 to 90 minutes where you strip fast novelty. No infinite feeds, no autoplay, no app roulette. You can still work, read, walk, just remove slot machine mechanics. Why it works: after a run of spikes, baseline dopamine sensitivity dips. Cut the spikes and sensitivity rebounds so regular progress feels good again. Your decision load index falls too because there are fewer, just one check, forks to manage. Here's exactly how to run one tomorrow. Pick a block, say 9 to 10:30. Before it starts, move social icons off your home screen or park the phone in another room. In your browser, close feeds and leave only the one tool you need. Paste your next 2 moves at the top of the dock. Set 1 block timer for 90, then micro timers at 25 and 25 with a 5-minute breather in between. When a reflex to check hits, say, after the timer, not never. That tiny promise preserves agency, an autonomy cue, and stops the back and forth bargaining that burns fuel. Now swap novelty chasing for novelty and task. You're going to build visible micro milestones so progress itself becomes interesting. Chunk the task into named steps, think verbs, and mark them done fast. After each micro timer, add a score the step line in the doc. Rough pass shipped 7-10 or refactored 2-3 functions. That tiny line is a reward anchor. Your brain gets a real completion signal, not a random surprise. Over a week, you'll notice the scroll itch shrink because the work is producing the hit. Add 3 sensory anchors to refresh state without screens. Light, cold, pace. Light first, 2 minutes of bright light between timers is a clean alertness cue, especially earlier in the day. If you can't get outside, use a bright lamp. Cold next, splash water on your face or hold a cold glass for 30 seconds. That quick interoceptive jolt resets how your body feels. Pace last, stand and take 30 slow steps or do a brief stretch. You're telling your nervous system, new context, which calms background scanning so the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex can steer again. Let me show you how this looks mid-morning. 9 o'clock hits, phone out of room, 1 dock open, 2 moves pinned, start a 25-minute micro timer. You write ugly on purpose. Timer dings, score the step, outline done 6:10. Stand, light for a minute, cold splash 30 steps. Back down for another 25. Repeat. At 10:30, you batch inbox for 13 minutes, then stop. You didn't white-knuckle anything, you just starved cheap novelty and fed progress novelty. Watch for common mistakes. 1. Making the reset window a punishment. If it feels like a cage, your brain flags threat and will try to escape. Make it easy. Strip triggers before the block and give yourself short finish lines. 2. The just one tab trap. 1 feed tab is a broken dam, close them all. 3. Swapping novelty by adding tools mid-block. New templates, new apps, that's still novelty chasing. Upgrade tools only outside the window. A quick story. A writer I coach doom-scrolled between drafts to clear the head. We installed a 90-minute stimulus light block, micro timers, and a score the step habit. We added a light-hand walk break between timers. By day 3, they said, Twitter feels boring by 11. Not magic, re-sensitize dopamine and fewer live forks. Run a tiny experiment tomorrow. Pick 1 90-minute window. Remove feeds and set your timers. Use the 2 moves and score each step. Between timers, hit light, cold, and pace for 60 seconds total. At the end, rate your scroll urge 1 to 10 and jot 1 line on what felt different. Do it 3 days. You'll feel the urge drop and the work feel lighter because your reward and control systems are finally rowing the same direction. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Starve cheap anticipation, feed visible
Safety
progress.
first.
Nervous
Progress
system
pays,
rules that make
focus.
work feel simple. So this is the piece people skip, and it's why their focus feels fragile. When your body doesn't feel safe, your brain burns fuel scanning for problems. That vigilance hits the same control system you need for planning and memory, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, and the neurometabolic cost goes up even before you type a word. We flip that by making starts predictable, endings clean, and norms stable, so your system stops guarding and starts steering. Predictable starts are tiny, boring, and powerful. Use the same 3 cues every session: breath, light, water. 2 slow nasal breaths to settle, 2 minutes of bright light, window or lamp to cue alertness, and a full glass of water. Then single input open, not the app home screen, the exact dock. That combo tells your nervous system, we know this lane. Less uncertainty means lower background scanning, which frees working memory slots fast. Don't stack extras here, no music hunt, no tea ritual. 3 body signals, then straight into the document. The win is repetition, not variety. Clear endings are the other half. Most people grind to empty and wonder why tomorrow feels heavy. End on purpose. Set a short timer, 25 or 45, then treat the beep like a hard cap. Write 1 recap line in the doc, moved section 2 forward, next, tighten examples, and plant your next 2 moves card for the next block. That single line closes the loop your brain would otherwise keep half open all afternoon. Closed loops drop background vigilance. Open loops leak microlapses later. Now stable norms. Vibes create hidden quizzes, rules delete them. Translate the fuzzy stuff into visible standards you'll keep even on low-energy days. 2-sentence replies are fine by default. Default meeting length is 25 minutes. No agenda, no attendance. Inbox happens in Windows, not all day. Post them where you work, doc header, wall note, calendar notes. Stability is safety. You'll feel your decision, load index slide down, because you aren't guessing the room's expectations anymore. Give yourself autonomy on purpose. The sentence is simple. I choose to do this because, name a reason you actually believe, like, I choose to finish this outline by 11 because clarity saves me stress later. That converts controlled motivation into autonomous, which self-determination theory links to better engagement and lower strain. Your body hears choice, not coercion, and turns the alarm down. If the why feels fake, fix the plan until it's real. Your nervous system is too smart to fall for pretend agency. Set a good enough fence so competence feels doable in the moment. First pass can be ugly as long as it's complete by 11. Decisions are a win when 2 options and 1 risk each are on the page. You're not dumbing it down, you're making success objective so your brain stops running worst-case simulations. Constraints are safety rails. 1 template, 1 reviewer, 1 naming rule. Fewer branches, fewer checks, steadier hands. Team safety is just codified predictability. Publish office hours and set a true escalation word. Urgent only for real fires. Agree that non-urgent replies land within 24 hours. Define good enough for common artifacts, a 1-page brief with 3 bullets and 1 identified risk. Keep a single recap doc where decisions live with owners and dates. Remove hidden tests and tone guessing disappears. People ship more because they aren't spending half their buffer reading tea leaves. Use sensory checks mid-block to keep the system calm. Every 10 to 15 minutes, quick scan. Are your shoulders hiked, jaw clenched, breath shallow? Drop the shoulders, unclench, exhale longer than you inhale once or twice. Between loops, 30 slow steps and 2 minutes of light reset context without screens. Cold splash if you're fading. You're sending no threat signals so the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex can hold the plan instead of the exit. 2 traps to avoid. 1, moving the goalposts mid-session. I'll just keep going feels productive and quietly breaks trust. End when you said, plant the trigger and you'll start faster tomorrow. 2, fuzzy words like ASAP or be responsive. Convert to numbers. Replies by 4, office hours 2 to 3. Ambiguity is expensive. Name the rule and you delete the question. Run a quick install tomorrow. On a sticky note, write, entry ritual equals breath, light, water, single input open. Time cap, 25 minutes, recap 1 line, plant next 2 moves. Message windows equals 11:30 and 4 13-minute timers. Add your agency line to the top of the doc. I choose to ship by 11 because clear mornings make calm afternoons. When you sit down, notice how fast your head goes quiet after those cues. When you stop on the beep, feel that clean relief. That's your bandwidth returning. If you want proof, track 2 things for a week. Time to enter after you sit down, and how heavy the work feels, 1 to 10. You should see entry time shrink by day 3 and effort drop a notch because you're not paying hidden taxes to guard against surprises. Safety isn't softness, it's efficient biology. Make the lane predictable, and your best hours stop leaking through tiny cracks. Competence loops, skill maps, and constraint design. Competence isn't a mood, it's a loop you can build on purpose. When the how is crisp and visible, your brain stops second-guessing and finally spends fuel on the work. So we're going to map your role into 3 high-value moves, define 1 beat for each, then bolt on constraints that delete setup friction. Do this and you'll feel output climb while your decision load index drops because there are fewer live forks. Start with a skill map. Name your role, then list the 3 moves that create most of your value. Keep them Action Y Product Manager, Clarify, Decide, Communicate. Creator, Research, Draft, Ship. Engineer, Scope, Implement, Verify. Now attach 1 beat to each so good enough stops being a vibe. PM, Clarify beat, 1-page brief with problem, goal, constraints, and success metric. Decide beat, 2 options, 1 risk each, pick, and note next step. Communicate beat, 2-sentence update, what changed, what's next. That's the spine. When a task lands, you aren't inventing a process. You're running beats your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex already knows. Less uncertainty, lower neuro-metabolic spend. Writers, here's a fast set. Research, pull 3 credible sources and highlight key lines. Draft, outline 3 bullets, then write an ugly first pass without stopping. Ship, polish once, paste a 1-line recap at the bottom and send. Engineers, a simple trio. Scope, write acceptance criteria and constraints. Implement, spike 1 path for 15 minutes, then commit. Verify, run tests, log result, file a tiny retro line. These beats make starts cheap and finishing straightforward. No wandering, no tab grazing. Now constraints. People think constraints limit creativity. They actually unlock it by deleting setup choices that burn working memory slots. 1 document app, 1 task board, 1 slide template. 1 naming rule, YYYYMMDD project V1, 1 reviewer per artifact, 1 meeting default, 25 minutes. Each constraint is a lane marker your brain stops asking, which tool, which file, which format, and moves. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches. Pre-bake assets right into your templates. Top of the doc gets a title with a verb and a why, a 3-bullet outline scaffold, common links, and a recap line ready to fill. Decision template opens with 2 option table, pros, cons, 1 risk each. Slide deck starts with a 1-sentence objective and a 3-bullet agenda. You've already answered 5 setup questions before you even think. That's competence by design. Add a weekly rate limiter pass. Ask, what bogged me down most? Then kill it so next week is lighter. If link hunting wasted time, pin those links in the template header. If version sprawl hit you, enforce the naming rule and archive old drafts into a parked folder. If feedback loops dragged, pre-assign the reviewer and set a response window in the doc. Each deletion removes a repeating decision tax your brain was quietly paying. Let me make this live with a quick story. A founder bounced between tools, renamed files midstream, and asked 5 people for thoughts. We locked 1 doc app, 1 template, 1 naming rule, and 1 reviewer. Output doubled in a month with the same hours. Talent didn't change, branches did. Fewer live forks, cleaner working memory, less scanning, more shipping. Now run the loop in a session. Enter with your writing template, verb title and why already there. Lock with 1 tab and a 25-minute timer. Protect with a decoy pad. When find stat pops up, park it. Execute beats, 3-bullet outline, ugly first pass, polish once. Release with a 1-line recap and plant your next 2 moves. You just converted ambiguity into a lane your brain can drive without weaving. 2 traps to avoid. Overmapping, tracking 10 skills, 5 metrics, and a dozen tags. Keep it to 3 moves, 1 beat each, and 1 weekly rate limiter. Novelty tax, swapping editors and templates mid-week for optimization. Pick boring and stick for 2 weeks. Tools don't fix questions, rules do. And set an objective good enough fence, ugly but complete by 11 counts, decisions shipped when 2 options and risks are noted counts. Objective bars kill the endless, 1 more tweak, loop that silently spikes your decision load index. Do this tonight, write your 3 moves and 1 beat each, build the templates with the assets baked in. Pin them. Tomorrow, tally reps, how many times did you run a beat? 5 clean reps beat 1 perfect pass every time. By midweek, notice how your starts feel light and your finishes feel quick. That's competence turning from mood to muscle. Autonomy protocols, defaults you actually want. Autonomy is do whatever you feel like. It's choosing rules you're proud to follow so your brain stops arguing and just executes. When your defaults line up with your values, your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex spends fuel on content instead of control. So we're going to turn values into visible decisions you don't renegotiate at noon when your energy is low. Start with 1 honest why. Write a single line for your next block. I choose to do this because, and finish it with a reason you actually believe. I choose to ship this draft by 11 because clarity saves me stress later. That flips controlled motivation into autonomous, which, per self-determination theory, improves engagement and lowers strain. Keep this why where your eyes land, doc title, sticky on the keyboard, or calendar event name, so it guides behavior without another live choice. Now translate values into always or never rules. Health, always, light and water before screens each morning. Craft, always, single input start on 1 project before inbox. Calm, never, infinite feeds before 5 on weekdays. These are defaults, not punishments. You're removing forks, not removing freedom. If you truly need to override, you can, but most days you won't want to because the default already serves your goal. Treat your calendar like a contract, not a wish list. Block your deep work first, then let the world fit around it. Name blocks with verbs and whys. Draft slides for client clarity. Skill reps to get faster. Color code so priorities pop at a glance. When someone asks for that time, offer office hours or a swap. You're not being rigid, you're honoring an agreement you made with yourself, which preserves autonomy and predictability, 2 levers that drop your decision load index. Design personal, always never rules that kill digital sludge at the source. Always, phone in another room during deep blocks. Always, 2-sentence replies by default. Never, inbox before the first deep block. Always, 25-minute cap on meetings unless a decision needs more. Never tool roulette, one doc app, one task board, one slide template. These aren't aesthetic choices, they're fuel savers that delete branching. Now plan deliberate indulgence so you stop rebound binging when tired. Autonomy doesn't mean no treats, it means treats on purpose. Pick guilt-free windows. Friday after 5 is shows, Sunday morning is that bakery pastry. Put them on the calendar. When your brain knows pleasure is scheduled, it stops whispering just one peek during work. You get the reward without the decision spirals. Link defaults to visible cues and tiny proof loops. Put a water bottle on your keyboard at night. When you move it, you drink before screens. Tape your next 2 moves card to the top of the dock. When you open it, you execute. Keep a tally mark every time you finish a deep block. After 5, take the planned treat. You're training your reward system to associate agency with a real payoff, not just anticipation. Create refusal scripts that make no feel like a choice, not a fight. Try, I keep mornings for deep work, I'm free at 2, or happy to join once the objectives are listed. We'll accept then. Scripts remove in-the-moment phrasing decisions, reduce social threat, and protect your lane without drama. Post them in your notes so they're one copy-paste away. Watch for 3 traps. 1. Copying someone else's rules. If the rule doesn't match your values, you'll revolt by Thursday. 2. Writing vibes like be intentional. Translate to actions. Open target doc before inbox. No feeds before 5. 3. Hiding rules in a folder. Make them unmissable, wall, doc, calendar notes. Visibility beats memory every single time. Let me make this live with a quick mini-map. Value, family. Default, no calls after 4:30, dinner is device-free. Cue, calendar hard edge and do not disturb schedule. Proof, nightly checkmark and a small Sunday treat if you hit 4 of 5. Value, craft. Default, deep block at 9, single input open, 1 tab rule. Cue, enter, draft, alert, and a printed 2 moves card. Proof, daily tally and a midweek pastry. Value, health. Default, light and water before screens, preset weekday lunch, fixed caffeine windows. Cue, water bottle on keyboard, lunch at eye level, caffeine times on calendar. Proof, afternoon head noise rating drops a notch by day 3. A quick story. A client felt owned by their calendar, wall-to-wall meetings, late-night scrolling, no room to think. We mapped values to defaults. 1 deep block at 9, no calls after 4:30, office hours for chat, planned Sunday indulgence. We added refusal scripts and visible cues. 2 weeks later, same workload, less resentment, better sleep. Their line, I feel like I'm choosing again. That's autonomy turning down background vigilance. Run a 15-minute install tonight. Write 3 values to default lines. Draft 4, always never rules you'll keep on bad days. Block 2 weeks of deep work with verb and why names. Paste 2 refusal scripts into your notes. Place your cues, water on keyboard, 2 moves on the dock, do not disturb scheduled. Tomorrow morning, say your agency line out loud, then follow the sign. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Write your why, codify your always never, and make the easy path the automatic path. Your head will feel lighter by lunch. Friction mapping. Find and delete 1 question per day. All right, let's make this insanely practical. Friction mapping is just you catching the tiny, repeat questions that trip you every day and deleting 1 of them daily, not 10. 1. Because each repeating question is a hidden toll booth hitting your working memory and spiking your decision load index. Kill the question, you free a slot. Free a slot, your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex stops juggling and actually steers. Start with 5 moments you hit no matter what, wake, start, switch, social, stop. Under each, write the exact question your brain asks. Keep it brutally honest, not pretty. Wake, phone or light, start, inbox or doc, switch. Which tool, social, reply now or later, stop, am I done? These aren't quirks, they're branches. Every branch is a micro-choice. Enough micro-choices and you get microlapses, rereads, and that sticky mind feeling by lunch. Now we delete 1 per day. Translate each question into a default sentence that removes the fork. Phone or light becomes light and water first, phone lives outside the bedroom. Inbox or doc becomes single input, open target doc first. Which tool becomes docs equals words, sheets equals lists, slides equals visuals. Reply now or later becomes if under 2 minutes now, else batch at 11:30. Am I done? Becomes timer hard stop, 1-line recap, plant next 2 moves. Defaults are just posted signs. Signs beat feelings every time. Write your defaults where your eyes can't miss them. Sticky on the keyboard. First line of the doc. Menu bar note. If the cue is hidden, the question comes back. Visibility deletes redecisions. Run a 7-day stack so this sticks fast. Day 1, delete phone or light. Put your alarm across the room and your water bottle on the nightstand. Day 2, delete inbox or dock. Pin your target dock and open it first, no exceptions. Day 3, delete which tool. Decide your app per task type once. Done. Day 4, delete am I available. Publish office hours. Urgent uses urgent. Day 5, delete am I done. Use a timer hard stop and a 1-line recap. Day 6, delete what's for lunch. Pre-pick 2 weekday lunches. Ingredients at eye level. Day 7, delete should I join. No agenda, no attendance. You'll feel the compound effect by midweek, because you're stripping live forks at the exact moments they used to spike your load. Spot friction fast with a hesitation counter. Keep a tiny tally for half a day. Every time you pause, hand hovers, tab search itch, mini, ugh, mark a tick. 5 ticks, you've got 5 candidates to delete. This is your decision load index in the wild, not a vibe. Each deletion is an immediate bandwidth refund. Let me show you a clean install in 2 minutes. Tonight, open notes and type. Wake phone or light. Right arrow, lights on plus water first. Start inbox or dock. Right arrow, open target dock first. Switch which tool. Right arrow, docs for words, sheets for lists. Social, reply now or batch. Right arrow, 2min equals now, else batch 11:30. Stop, am I done? Right arrow, timer stop recap, plant next 2 moves. Under that, add today's delete, and pick one. Tomorrow, run only that one. Rate head noise at 2 p.m. on a 1 to 10 scale. Proof, not hope. Common mistakes to skip. Don't pick rare questions because they feel noble. Which flight should I book for Q4? You want daily drains, not edge cases. Don't write fuzzy defaults like be mindful. Your brain can't execute vibes. Write instructions a sleepy version of you could follow. And don't stack 5 new rules in one day. That's novelty tax disguised as productivity. 1 deletion per day wins. Micro story, a consultant I coach always asked, Slack first? We wrote 1 default. Single input open project doc first. Day 1, they reached for Slack, saw the sticky, opened the doc, and shipped a first pass in 22 minutes. By day 4, the Slack itch had dropped to background noise. Same talent, fewer forks. Level it up with a weekly audit. On Friday, log the 7 questions you deleted and circle the 2 that felt like magic. Those 2 become permanent defaults. Move their cues even closer on the keyboard at the top of the template, taped to the monitor. Then pick 1 new daily question for next week. You're paving a lane, 1 crack at a time. If you want a mnemonic that sticks, use W3S, wake, work, switch, social, stop. Delete 1 question in one of those lanes per day. 7 days later, your mornings feel paved, your hand twitches less, and by lunch, your brain isn't begging for escape. You didn't get more discipline. What if you're deep in decision
You just
debt?
uninstalled the
Rehab
questions.
plan. If you're cooked, 50 tabs open, inbox screaming, fog by 10, don't optimize. Rehab, 3 days to stabilize, then a slow re-entry. The goal is simple. Cut inputs, restore basics, purge cues, and give your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex a quiet lane so it can steer again without paying a huge neuro-metabolic bill. Days 1 through 3, triage. First, cut inputs. Pick 1 channel per person or team. Mute everything else. Move social apps off your home screen or park the phone in another room while you work. Pin exactly 3 browser tabs, 1 doc, 1 task board your calendar. Close the rest. You're not deleting the internet, you're deleting slot machine mechanics that spike your decision load index. Second, lock sleep and wake. Same lights out and wake up time all 3 days, weekend included. Put your alarm across the room. On waking, light and water before screens. Then a single input start. Open the exact target document you pre-pinned last night. Predictable opens are safety cues, less scanning, more working memory slots free. Third, fix meals and light. Pre-pick breakfast and lunch for the 3 days and put ingredients at eye level. Get 2 minutes of bright light within an hour of waking, outside if possible. You're sending no threat signals to your system. That lowers vigilance so your control resources can return. Now purge the queue. Email, Create one folder called Reset and sweep everything older than today into it. If it's truly critical, it'll resurface. Tasks. Make a parking lot and drag everything there except today's top 3. Desktop. Dump clutter into a later box. You're clearing runway, not decorating. Day 4, messages. Install lanes, now batch archive, and 2 batch windows on your calendar. When a window opens, set a 13-minute timer and process top to bottom with no rereads. Under 2 minutes or blocking today? Now everything else, batch, noise, archive. Pair with 2-sentence replies, answer the next step or timing. Close the tab when the timer dings. Live choices evaporate and your DLPFC stops scanning. Day 5, meetings. Defaults go live, agenda or decline, 25 minutes by default, decision owner named. Paste a tiny playbook into invites. 1-line objective, 3 bullets max, owner, time cap, recap line. If you're not the host, ask for the objective in minute 1, push for an owner, and end as soon as the outcome is reached. Kill status meetings, send a written update. Day 6, deep work. Bring the 4-beat loop online. Enter with breath, light, water, and single input open. Lock with 1 tab, phone docked away, timer set for 45. Protect with a visible heads down until 10, 45, and a decoy pad. Release with a hard stop, 1-line recap, and a planted next 2 moves. 1 clean win before noon restores trust fast. You need guardrails or you'll rebound. Take a 2-week, no new tools pledge. Boring beats better. Change 1 thing per day max, set office hours for chat and publish them where people can see. Use 1 escalation word, urgent, for true fires. Cap total checks, 3 inbox windows, 2 chat windows, 13 minutes each. When the timer hits, close it. Rechecking is just decision debt in disguise. Plan deliberate indulgence. Put treats on the calendar so your brain stops bargaining midday. Friday after 5 for shows, Sunday pastry, whatever. Scheduled rewards turn down the novelty itch and keep your decision load index low. Here's a simple rehab Monday. Wake, light and water, single input open. Deep block 9 to 9:45 with 1 tab. Batch inbox at 10 for 13 minutes. Quick walk. 11 o'clock meeting, agenda, owner, recap at minute 20. Preset lunch. 7-minute reset at 1. Second deep block. Final inbox batch at 4. Plant tomorrow's 2 moves. Stop. Common mistakes to skip. Turning triage into a reorg, new planners, new stacks, novelty tax will nuke your gains. Leaving important emails in the inbox, soft amnesty doubles your decisions. Skipping release because you feel momentum, that teaches your system that focus equals burnout. End on time, plant the trigger, walk away wanting more. Prevent rebound with 1 anchor you keep no matter what, your first deep block. If life explodes, travel, kids, chaos, shrink it to 13 minutes but keep the beats. Breath, light, water, single input open. 1 tab, hard stop. Recap and plant the next trigger. That tiny promise stabilizes the whole day. I coached a designer who came and fried. 19 tabs, 4 chat apps, 0 wins by noon. We ran the 3-day triage, swept their inbox to reset, pinned 1 doc, and protected 1 deep block. By day 8, same hours, done by 3 and no snapping at home. Nothing mystical, just fewer forks, steadier rules, and safety cues their nervous system could trust. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Stabilize first, then rebuild 1 lane at a time. Cut inputs, lock sleep, pre-pick meals, purge cues, messages on timers, meetings with rules, 1 deep block that ends on purpose. Your head will feel quiet again because you stopped paying interest on decision debt. The belief breakers, myths that keep you stuck. Let's kill the stories that keep your decision load index high. 4 myths, 4 flips, plus 1 test to prove it fast. Myth 1, more options equal more freedom. I get it, you want choice. But inside your head, every extra option is a branch your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex has to hold, compare, and suppress. That's control fuel, not progress fuel. More branches, more microlapses, more what if? Loops. Freedom isn't a buffet. Freedom is a clear lane. Defaults that match your values feel like ease because they delete uncertainty, which lowers the neuro-metabolic cost of control. 3 go-to lunches beats 12 menus. You'll feel lighter because you stop running a mini committee in your head. Myth 2, speed fixes fatigue. People say, I just need to go faster. But sprinting without lane markers explodes rework and spikes vigilance. Your brain keeps scanning because the rules are fuzzy. That's why you feel cooked by noon. Predictable beats frantic. Short, capped blocks with clear starts and clean stops reduce uncertainty, which is the actual tax on your control system. Enter, lock, protect. Release isn't slow, it's precise. Once you nail rhythm, speed shows up as a side effect, not a goal. Myth 3, better apps solve chaos. New tools feel like progress because novelty gives you a tiny dopamine bump. But tool hopping adds menus, settings, migrations, branch, that's a novelty tax. Better rules beat better tools. Inbox lanes cut redecisions in any client. No agenda, no attendance works in any calendar. One tab rule works in any browser. Tools are fine, just don't ask them to answer questions you haven't killed with policies, protocols, and playbooks. Myth 4, pressure boosts performance. A pinch of urgency can wake you up, sure. Chronic pressure? Your nervous system flags threat, your body braces, and your control resources stay on guard instead of on task. Creativity shrinks, recall slows, and you white-knuckle until you crash. Safety is the performance cheat code. Predictable starts, clear endings, and stable norms flip your system from scanning to steering. Add one autonomy line. I choose to ship this by 11 because clarity saves me stress. And watch your shoulders drop while your output goes up. Here's the reframe that unlocks all of it. Defaults aren't limits, they're ladders. You can override any time for a real reason, you just don't burn fuel renegotiating basics at your worst hour. 70% good, pre-decided, beats 100% perfect, live at noon. Now I want you to run a 5-day proof test. Pick one domain, meals, inbox, or meetings. Write one visible default. Meals, 3 weekday lunches on rotation, ingredients at eye level. Inbox, now batch archive lanes, 2 13-minute windows, 2 sentence replies. Meetings, agenda required, 25-minute default, decision owner named. Post the rule where your eyes land. Run it for 5 workdays. Each day at 2 p.m., rate head noise 1 to 10 and tally how many times you almost switched tasks. By day 3, the urges should drop and your afternoons should feel quieter. That's your decision load index falling in the wild. 2 traps to dodge. Don't announce 10 rules at once, you'll spike novelty tax and bail. 1 default, 5 days, and don't hide the rule, make it visible or it doesn't exist. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Clarity over variety, rhythm over rush, rules over tools, safety over pressure. Defaults first. Everything gets easier after that. Implementation playbook, 14-day zero-choice sprint. All right, let's lock this in with a 2-week plan you can run on autopilot. 1 default per day, tiny moves, 0 drama. The whole point is to drop your decision load index fast so your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex can steer without paying a heavy tax. Days 1 to 3. Set the floor, sleep, light, meals, and a single input start. Day 1. Pick consistent lights out and wake up times and stick to them for all 3 days, weekend included. Put your alarm across the room. When you wake, do light and water before any screen. 2 minutes of bright light in your eyes, then drink. That's your safety cue stack. Pre-pick weekday breakfast and lunch for the next 3 days and put the ingredients at eye level so there's nothing to decide. Tonight, write your next 2 moves card for tomorrow's first block and leave it on the keyboard. Your making starts predictable. Less scanning, lower neuro-metabolic cost. Day 2, same sleep and meals. Delete 1 repeating morning question using friction mapping. If you ask inbox or doc, the default is open the target doc first. Pin that doc so it's 1 click. Midday, run a 7-minute reset. Breath, light, water, 2 moves, 1 surface clear, then a 13-minute sprint. You're teaching your nervous system that starting is simple and finishing is light. Day 3, keep anchors. Add 3 boring rules on a sticky. Single input start, 2 sentence replies, timer hard stop plus 1 line recap. Then delete 1 daily switch question like which tool, decide once, docs for words, sheets for lists, slides for visuals. Done. You just removed 3 branching menus your brain used to hold. Days 4 to 6. Tame messages, fix meetings, upgrade 2 moves. Day 4 messages. Install lanes, now batch archive. Block 2 batch windows on your calendar, say 11:30 and 4. When a window opens, set a 13-minute timer, process top to bottom, no skipping, no rereads. Under 2 minutes or blocking today? Now everything else batch, noise, archive. Pair with 2 sentence replies, answer the next step or timing. When the timer dings, close the tab. Your DLPFC stops scanning because the lane's already decided. Day 5 meetings. Defaults go live. Agenda or decline, 25-minute default, decision owner named. Paste a tiny playbook in every invite. 1-line objective, 3 bullets max, owner, recap line. If you're a guest, ask for the objective in minute 1, push for an owner, and propose ending as soon as the outcome is reached. Kill status meetings, use a written update. You're deleting the room's hidden quizzes. Day 6, 2 moves upgrade. Before you stop, write 2 verb first steps under 10 words for tomorrow's first block. Put them where you'll see them, top of the dock on the keyboard. If you finish early, don't open inbox, write the next 2 moves. You're chaining momentum on purpose. Days 7 to 9, run the 4-beat loop and measure. Day 7, 1 45-minute deep block before noon. Enter with breath, light, water, and a single input open. Lock with 1 tab, phone docked across the room, timer set. Protect with a visible heads down until 10:45 and a decoy pad. Release with a hard stop, a recap line, and a planted next 2 moves. Don't bargain. You're teaching your brain that focus ends clean. Day 8, run 2 loops, morning and mid-afternoon, with a 7-minute reset between them. Add 3 tiny header metrics in your doc: start time, switch urges tally, and effort 1 to 10. Watch urges drop by day 3. That's your decision load index falling in real life. Day 9, same 2 loops. Add a 1-line scoreboard at day's end tied to your 3 core moves: clarify, decide, communicate, or your version. Clarified with 1 pager, decided A versus B with risks, sent 2-sentence update. Visible wins feed competence and keep you out of novelty chasing. Days 10 to 12, fuel autonomy and safety so this sticks. Day 10, write 3 values to defaults lines and post them. Health right arrow light and water before screens. Craft right arrow 1 deep block before noon. Calm right arrow inbox only in Windows. Name your calendar blocks with verbs and whys. Draft deck for client clarity. Put your agency line at the top of today's doc. I choose to ship by 11 because clarity saves me stress. Your body hears choice, not coercion. Day 11, codify social safety. Publish office hours and a real escalation word: urgent means urgent. Agree that non-urgent replies land within 24 hours. Define good enough for a common artifact: 1-page brief, 3 bullets, 1 risk. Keep a single recap doc where decisions live with owners and dates. Stability is safety. Safety lowers background vigilance. Day 12, plan deliberate indulgence. Put 2 treats on the calendar: Friday after 5 for a show, Sunday morning pastry, whatever you like. Scheduled rewards turn down the midweek novelty itch so you stop bargaining with yourself during work. Days 13 to 14, audit, keep, optimize. Day 13, friction audit. Circle the 2 deletions that felt like magic and move their cues even closer: keyboard, doc header, monitor. Star 1 that didn't stick, rewrite it simpler, or move the cue. Delete 1 new daily question today to test tomorrow. You're paving the lane, 1 crack at a time. Day 14, make a keep doc. Your 3 boring rules: message windows, meeting template, refusal scripts, 1 tab rule. Pin it. Then pick 1 optimization only. Bake common links into your template header, move your water bottle to your keyboard at night, or pre-paste the meeting playbook into your calendar template. 1 upgrade makes the easy path even easier. Run a quick proof check at 2 p.m. today. Rate head noise 1 to 10, tally switch urges from your decoy pad, and look at your scoreboard lines. If the number is lower and you shipped visible steps, that's bandwidth you just got back. Keep the 1 anchor no matter what, your first deep block, even if it shrinks to 13 minutes on a chaotic day. Breath, light, water, single input open. 1 tab, hard stop. Recap and plant the trigger. That tiny promise stabilizes the whole system. 2 warnings so you don't nuke your gains. Don't add new tools for 2 weeks. Boring beats better because novelty is a decision tax. And don't stack 3 changes in a day. 1 default per day scales, 5 defaults explode. You're not chasing inspiration, you're installing rules that delete questions. By the end of 14 days, you should feel the noon slump fade, the tab itch cool off, and your work blocks start like clockwork. Not because you got disciplined, but because you moved choices upstream, lowered uncertainty, and fed your reward system with progress, not pings. That, S0 choice working with your biology, not against it. What if scenarios? Travel, kids, emergencies, team chaos. Real life is messy, So let's bolt this system to chaos. The goal isn't perfect. Just keep 1 or 2 anchors so your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex isn't firefighting all day. Travel first. New places multiply forks, time zones, food, Wi-Fi, routines. Cut branches with a go bag and 2 rules. Go bag, charger, earbuds, sleep mask, earplugs, water, snack, and a printed next 2 moves card. Lives in your carry-on so you don't think. Rule 1, airport mode equals 1 input tasks only. Download docs the night before, headphones on, no feeds, outline or clean inbox with timers. Rule 2, light like a local. Get 2 minutes of bright light near your target morning time at destination. It's a strong alertness cue and helps your body anchor. On planes, pick low cognitive load beats, outline 3 bullets, write a recap line, draft 2-sentence updates. You're protecting control fuel by deleting in-flight novelty. Kids next. Parents don't get clean blocks, so build good enough defaults that fit into tiny windows. Keep a standing counter card with your next 2 moves on the kitchen counter. When a 20-minute pocket opens, you aren't deciding, you're opening the dock. Make a home nap plan and an on-the-go plan. Home, quiet basket, books, dim lights, timer. Out, stroller loop plus a podcast you actually enjoy. Pre-portioned snacks in clear bins at eye level to kill the 4 p.m. what's for snack. Debate, use a simple family signal, sticky note or fridge magnet that says heads down until 15. Predictable beats perfect. And if a pocket collapses, release anyway. 1 recap line, plant tomorrow's trigger. You're teaching your brain the loop still closes. Emergencies. Chaos explodes branches unless you name the lane. 3 moves, stop list, owner, protocol. Stop list equals everything you will not do right now. No new tools, no inbox cleanup, no long meetings. Owner equals 1 human per domain, logistics, updates, decisions, so you're not co-owning everything. Protocol equals a 3-line doc, objective, next 2 moves, escalation path. Post it in the 1 channel you'll use so updates live in 1 place. Set an actual escalation word. Urgent means urgent, and a window for updates. Your brain switches from refereeing to executing because you deleted 10, where when how forks up front. Team chaos. You can't fix culture overnight, but you can create a safe lane. Pick 1 channel per message type, requests in tickets, quick clarifications in chat, decisions logged in a single recap doc with owners and dates. Publish office hours and stick them in your status and email footer. Use the meeting defaults, agenda or decline, 25 minutes decision owner. Push status to async 2-sentence updates. Keep attendance to the decision circle, not the whole distro list. You lower everyone's decision load index because you removed hidden quizzes. What's urgent? Who decides? Where truth lives. Now the anchor you keep when everything breaks, your first deep block. Even if travel, kids, or emergencies crush your calendar, shrink it to 13 minutes but keep the 4-beat loop. Breath, light, water, single input open. 1 tab, hard stop. Recap and plant tomorrow's trigger. That tiny promise stabilizes your nervous system and stops the slide into why bother. Common traps to dodge. Importing your perfect home routine to a hotel day, guilt spiral incoming. Write a lighter travel version you can actually win. Going dark during emergencies, updates fragment across 6 apps. 1 channel, 1 owner, 1 escalation word. Being nice by saying DM me anytime. That's not kind, it's fog. Publish office hours and people relax because the rule is clear. Quick mini plays. Red-eye flight. Airport mode, outline only, light on arrival, nap cap early afternoon, dinner preset, 2-sentence updates batch at 4. Toddler sick day, 2 13-minute pockets, morning and nap, next 2 moves pre-planted, inbox batch once at 2, dinner preset. Launch fire, stop list posted, decision owner named, recap doc link pinned, updates at 15 past each hour, urgent for real fires only. Team offsite, agenda or decline, 25-minute sessions, owner per topic, recap at minute 20, office hours posted for side asks. Keep 1 anchor, 1 channel, 1 owner. Everything else can flex, but predictability buys back bandwidth. Future pacing, your life on low debt, high clarity. Picture this, you wake light and water, 1 tab. Your first block starts on time, ends clean, and your next 2 moves are already planted. Inbox happens in 2 short windows. Meetings are 25 minutes with an owner and a recap. Lunch is preset, caffeine sits in a fixed window, and by 2 p.m. your head is quiet. You have gas left for family, for craft, for play, because you moved choices upstream and let progress pay you back. Key takeaway: move repeat choices upstream with defaults, protect one deep block, and your decision load index drops so your best hours finally show up. Here's your next move. Run the 14-day sprint and delete one question per day. Then watch my completion loops deep dive to lock these gains for good and stop half-finished work from leaking energy. Subscribe if you want more zero-choice systems, and comment the one question you're deleting tomorrow. Make it visible and do it today.